So go on over to our default package, right click, new class. And we're going to call this class, take a guess, finish. Now, this class also needs to implement serializable. Import it. Now, this class will only have one attribute, and that's going to be a list of books. Now, the way you write a list of books is this. So list less than sign book. This book is this class that we created. And what this is saying is just, this is saying, I want a list of books. That's it, a list of books. And we're going to name this collection. Import it. Now make sure you import the java.util. Now don't get confused, guys. All this is saying is just, it's just another type. As in when you say private int x, this is just private list of books collection. So let's create our default constructor, and we really only need one default constructor. So we only really need the default constructor. Sorry about that. So public library, no parameters, and all we're going to do is set our collection to a new array list of books. Book. Import array list. Sorry, you need to do that. Import array list. Make sure it's java.util. Now you must be wondering, how can we set this collection, which is a list, to an array list? Well, we're basically doing this. List book collection equals array list. Now you can also do it this way. Array list book collection equals new array list book. Both are fine. It's just that with this, it's more flexible, because a list, an array list, is an implementation of an interface, which is the list. So the list is an interface, and the array list is the implementation of that interface. So we're going to use this because it's more flexible, and really there's less bugs. Now that we have our constructor, let's write a very important function, which is a method that adds a book. So public void add book. It takes in a book, which we're going to name book. And all we're going to do is call the add function, the add method of the array list implementation of the list interface. So what this is saying is just add the book, add the book object to our list of books. And if you guys took paradigms, you know what I'm talking about. List of books, list of that, list of this. All we're doing is adding the book to that list. Okay, we now added the book in our list. This class also needs to implement a toString method. So public returns a string. Name is toString. It doesn't need to be, the name doesn't need to be toString once again, but I just like to do that because it looks professional. So let's declare a string variable. We're going to call it string total, and just set it to a new line. And we're getting an error here because we haven't returned a string. And let's just get rid of that error because I'm OCD. I don't like coding when I see this squiggly red line. So just return total. Now there's no error. Put that there. Make sure that's the last thing that in our code, in our method. So we're going to write a for loop. Int I equals 0, I less than collection dot size I plus plus. So we're just going to reiterate. We're just going to iterate through each of the book inside our list of books. Now you can also do this using iterators, and I'm going to show you how to do it using iterators once we finish this. Once we finish doing it using the for loop way. So we need to create a book. I'm going to call it B. Set that book equal to collection dot get I. Now what this thing is, it's getting the book at position I. So right now, this thing is equivalent to a book object, and that's why we're giving it to a book object, which we declared B. Now all we have to do is say total equals total plus B dot toString, and this toString method is the toString method that we wrote in our Java class. So just call that. And we're basically done. All right, as I promised, we're gonna write this using iterators. So just comment this out. Why use iterators? Some say it's more efficient, which I think it is. I don't really know, but our professor wants us to use iterators because it looks professional. So we're going to use iterators. Let's impress him. Let's show him that we can use iterators.